Hello, namaste, here for the final presentation of our semester 1, Introduction to Ayurveda, Maharishi Ayurveda. So this presentation will be broken up into two parts. The first part, I'll be talking to you about the elements that make up everything and how these elements make up our doshas. And then finally, what the doshas do in our body and talk a little bit about property. So we'll start with the elements. Our first element is space. So space essentially is just empty space. We have to have space for everything else to manifest into existence. So this white piece of paper has numerous possibilities of what we could do with it. You could draw on it, you could fold it, you could write a letter, that sort of thing. So our second element is air. So air is representative of the fan. And then our third element is fire. Our fourth element is water. And then our fifth element is earth. All right. So these 5 elements mix up into 3 doshas. So starting with Vata dosha. Vata dosha is space and air. So we take the air and we blow it onto space, through space. And as you can see, that creates movement and friction. All right, and then for Pitta, we have the candle. So we have the fire, and then the wax in the candle represents the water. So without the wax in the candle, the fire would essentially burn straight through. Just like if it were only fire, it would burn straight through us. So the wax keeps it from burning and gives us a beautiful candle. And then that creates Pitta. And then finally we have Kapha, we have our earth, and then we mix the water. And then, just like a mud pie we used to make as a kid, so the water added to the earth makes it a little bit more sticky and heavy. All right, so talking about the qualities of the doshas. So if you think about space and air, if you go out on a breezy day, some of those qualities or gunas that you might feel are rough, cold, light, subtle, moving, and clear. So the coolness on your skin would dry your skin out. And then you think about Pitta dosha, fire and water. So the wax in the candle is liquid, so it's kind of a slightly oily, liquidy guna or quality. It says also hot and then sharp. If you touch the flame, it's sharp. You want to pull your finger away. It's liquid and then it flows, and then it's also pungent. So pungent's more of spicy, but you can kind of get the idea, pungent, spicy food. And then kapha, qualities of kapha or gunas of kapha, like think of your mud pie. It's a little bit heavier than air. It's also cool and dense and sticky, more stable and unctuous. All right, so what these doshas do in our physiology is Vata dosha controls all movement. Only Vata control movement in our physiology. Pitta dosha controls all digestion and transformation. Only Pitta dosha can transform and digest our food and turn it into energy and body tissues. And finally, Kapha, earth and water, offers structure, cohesion, and lubrication. So Kapha gives us our build. It also protects us, it lines our stomach so that the fire doesn't burn through, that sort of thing. And finally, so as I mentioned, we all need to have all 3 doshas in our body in order to live. However, often we have one dosha that's a little bit more dominant than the others. And that's our individual property. That's what makes you in balance. So it's what you come to this earth with, your DNA, your physical being is your property. So I'm going to borrow a picture of my family to kind of illustrate this for you. So Vata is very, thinking about the qualities or gunas, light, cold, moving. So in the physiology, it is small, light, protruding bones, more deep set eyes. You can see my husband, he has more of a Vata face. He has a smaller face, he has more deep set eyes, light, airy. And also Jaden here, he's also got a Vata physiology. He's very thin. You can see, a little bit like on his neck, he has the protruding veins, smaller face, and then Chaz and Christian have more of a Pitta sort of face. It's a little bit rounder, a little bit fuller. And then Christian has Pitta coloring as well. Think about fire, it's red, so red hair, light skin that burns easily, sensitive to heat, average build, medium covering. And then Kapha is more of a heavier build. So Christian has kind of a Kapha build. He has more broader shoulders, he has more covered joints. So that is a brief example of how property looks in our physiology. So what we've talked about so far are the elements and how those elements make up the 3 doshas. Talked a little bit about Prakriti, and on the next video we'll be talking about Prakriti out of balance, which is Vikriti and Ama or toxic.